Open the door. Sheriff's office.
A Florida woman is in very deep trouble after police say she pretended to be an immigration enforcement officer so she could kidnap her ex's wife from her job. We were able to gather details about the suspect's background and how it supposedly led to her in a fake ICE shirt putting a scared and confused woman into her car. Welcome to
But meantime, I don't feel like I got enough time to go to work, come home, upload a YouTube video, and stream a live stream. This is crazy. This lady had enough time to play dress up and be convincing enough to kidnap somebody's ex-girlfriend or somebody's girlfriend and take them out of their residence. That's insanely scary, to be honest. That's a whole different level of diabolical, to be honest. That's crazy, man. I don't mean to make it a joke, but this is kind of crazy.
Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. All right, this is certainly quite the story. On April 11th, deputies with the Bay County, Florida Sheriff's Office stopped a silver car and demanded that the driver, 52-year-old LaTrance Battle, get out. Body cam footage showing her arrest was recently released. Take a look.
What's crazy though is that not only did she get the kidnapping charge now, she had to also got impersonating an officer, which is rough. I don't know how much time that comes with, but it's got to be something serious. Now she acting like she can't unlock the door.
Sheriff's office.
You don't want them to bust that window.
Open the door.
You know what? I'd have rolled that window down. You don't want that trouble. Once they get hostile, there ain't no stopping.
Step out.
Then again, she's a woman. She probably ain't even gonna deal with all that. She already knew she was cooked. That's probably why she ain't want to open that door.
445 Bay, lift the channel 1015.
But at 52 years old, what are you doing all this anyway?
So now the question is, how do we get here, right? Well, according to investigators, just a day earlier on April 10th, LaTrance pretended to be an agent with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, and then allegedly kidnapped a woman who it turns out is her ex's new wife from her workplace, eventually driving her to an apartment complex before the victim could escape. The affidavit that was filed with a warrant for LaTrance's arrest lays out exactly what the victim claims happened in quite explicit detail. To talk more about it, to talk more about the elements of this case.
What's scary about that is, like, does that mean that he was in contact with the ex and he gave her that information, or does that mean that she was stalking him on Facebook, Instagram, you name the app, whatever it is, found out who, not the ex, found out who the wife was, and just went after her? Because either way, it could be a case of either one. I would say that this is more so like a stalking type case. It's still scary either way. This is like, to go to these lengths to put somebody's life in danger is pretty crazy. Now, they didn't say anything about her doing anything to the person, but just to think that she's willing to kidnap the person. Look how much time she probably going. Kidnapping is like, I think, a 10-year minimum. So at 52 years old, that leaves you at 62, like. And with life expectancy in America, you pretty much cooked after that. This made no sense. I mean, love ain't that serious. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a little much.
I want to bring in criminal defense attorney and legal. In Brazil, an Easter dessert was allegedly laced with poison, leaving a 7-year-old boy dead and his mother and sister critically ill. Police say the festive package was part of a calculated plot driven by jealousy and rage, and the woman accused of sending it may have been hiding in plain sight. I'm going to break down the tragic details of this case with a Brazilian criminal defense attorney. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
I'm scared to see that you don't really know who you're dealing with until you figure out who you're dealing with. Sorry to say that. You know, we often put ourselves in situations where at times we may come in contact with strangers, want to, build a bond with the person. And I don't know how long these people were together or what. I don't even know if this came like right directly after a breakup, because this seems like something that would happen directly after a breakup or in the midst of a breakup. Regardless, though, for somebody to have a level of hatred for you to the point where they want to endanger your family and your children, that is a scary thing to deal with. This lady should definitely be behind bars, indefinitely, if you ask me. Like, that's the 7-year-old passed away from that. And you could say, oh, it wasn't intended for that person, but once it's sent, it's at the residence. Kids are gonna be kids. You poisoned food and send it to somebody's house. That's crazy.
So just in time for the Easter holiday in Imperatriz, Brazil, a package arrived on a Wednesday afternoon. And it was a festive box of dessert decorated to look like colorful Easter eggs. And there was a handwritten note that was tucked inside. And that note read, translated from Portuguese, "With love to Miriam Lira, Happy Easter." 32-year-old woman receiving the gift, Miriam Lira, had no reason to suspect that it was anything but a kind gesture. So she shared the dessert with her two children, 7-year-old Luis Fernando and 13-year-old Evelyn Fernanda. But within minutes, everything took a horrific turn. According to reporting from media outlet Globo, 7-year-old Luis reportedly started convulsing, his tiny body trembling violently. His breaths turned shallow. Foam gathered at his lips. And tragically, by dawn the next day, he was dead. His mother and sister Evelyn, they also fell seriously ill. Both were hospitalized in critical condition. Imperatriz Online reports that Miriam had been moved out of the ICU and is able to communicate, but Evelyn still intubated. And what seemed like a tragic accident was what police now say a meticulously planned murder, an attempted murder, one fueled by what they believe is jealousy, revenge, and a woman's chilling determination to punish her ex-boyfriend's new love interest. So I got to take you to the beginning of this. The story unfolded on April 16th, and police reviewed this surveillance footage from a
I'm sorry, I was just about to ask that question myself. Like, so who are they saying did this, a male or a female? And then the second question was like, what are they saying was the motive? But I guess they're getting to that now, so let me let them speak.
Supermarket in Imperatriz, Brazil, capturing this woman purchasing a box of Easter egg dessert. That footage, released by the outlet Globo, shows the woman paying in cash, her face partially hidden behind oversized glasses. The eggs she bought, police say, were then delivered to Miriam's home the same day by a motorcycle courier. And the note inside read, again, "With love to Miriam Lira, Happy Easter." Now, Miriam's sister told the outlet
Where does the poison come in?
Online that Miriam actually got a call after the surprise was delivered, making sure it got there. And when she asked who was on the other end of the phone, the person reportedly said she would know who it was. So, who is this woman? Who was captured apparently on this CCTV footage? Well, police later identified her as 35-year-old Horadila Pereira Barbosa. And investigators made a chilling discovery. Barbosa was the former girlfriend of the man now dating her alleged target, Miriam Lira.
Now, often we hear about how men are they go crazy over the vaginal experience, let's say that. Look at what these women are willing to do over the pain. Look at what these women, the last 2 women, have been willing to do over being left. I don't think, people going crazy. I don't think that that's a male or female thing. I think that I think some people are predisposed, like they're already mentally ill before they get in a relationship. And then I think that in some cases, if you push a person to the limits, they will do things that they should not even consider doing. Now, I'm not giving the excuse. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying I believe that the human race is very capable of doing things that they shouldn't even be thinking about doing when pushed to their limits in a situation where they feel that they want a certain outcome. So that doesn't justify anything that's going on in this case. I'm just saying that that's what I think may have happened in this situation, because both of these situations look like an act of jealousy or whatever.
And there's another shocking twist that we're going to get to in just a minute. According to investigators, the dessert arrived at Miriam's home, and her son, 7-year-old Luis, was the first to eat some of it. His reaction, as I talked about, it was horrifying. It was immediate. He was rushed to the hospital. Doctors battled to save him, but by midnight, his heart gave out, and he tragically passed away. Miriam, Evelyn, though still alive, they were left fighting for survival, apparently ravaged by some sort of toxin in these eggs. And the London Evening Standard reports that authorities sealed up the remaining dessert for forensic testing, but the symptoms, violent convulsions, respiratory failure, that pointed to a fast-acting poison. According to Globo, police were pointed in Barbosa's direction after taking a statement from Miriam's partner, who told them that he had an ex-girlfriend, Barbosa, who could have been behind what happened. So then police started doing a background check on her, and they discovered that she was originally from Santa Inês, a town in the northeastern part of Brazil, but she had been staying in a hotel in Imperatriz when the egg-shaped dessert was delivered to Miriam's home. They even reviewed security footage from a hotel that supposedly captured Barbosa in the lobby. But once they began reviewing footage from a supermarket in Imperatriz, they uncovered a shocking twist. And police say the suspect in this image was wearing a full disguise during the purchase. The black wig, the oversized glasses, all part of what investigators describe as a deliberate effort to conceal her identity. Now, crazy.
So my question is, one, why not just move on? Two, why didn't she go after him? Is my question. And then three, I guess, in a situation like this, it seemed like the lady worked in some type of dentist's office, doctor's office. I don't know if she's well off or not. It seemed like she was okay living. This wasn't worth it. Now you about to do an attempted. Well, no, you can't even get an attempted murder charge. This is gonna be a capital murder charge. It can't be attempted murder. This has got to be first degree. Yeah, this has got to be murder, because the son definitely passed away, and if she's not lucky enough, it's gonna be murder and attempted murder. I don't know how Brazil does their law, but in America, you'd been cooked. That's a fact. It'd have been over for you.
Story, yeah, but thank you for coming to us for our coverage of it. And I also...
Sorry, I'm a little out of sorts right now.
Okay. This might be one of the most frustrating pieces of body cam video we've ever shown you here on Sidebar. New Jersey police officers had their patience definitely tested by an alleged drunk driver who had her 3 kids in the back of the car when she purportedly...
Oh no, bro. 3 kids in the back of the car. Oh man. I don't understand how, like, I'm not a drinker myself. I don't drink. But I can't understand why you would be so irresponsible as to not only to put yourself in a vehicle, behind the wheel of a vehicle, but on top of that, put your children in the vehicle. That alone, you should be going to jail for life, because that you shouldn't have custody of your kids ever again. Like, where's the father at? Hopefully she's not still married to the guy, because that's insane. That's so much nonsense going on in a situation. Because then that's another question. Did she let the husband know what she was gonna do? Because I hope the husband would deter her from doing this if they are still married. Neither here nor there. Let me run it back a little bit, that way y'all can hear what happened.
By an alleged drunk driver who had her 3 kids in the back of the car when she purportedly collided with a tractor trailer. And in an ironic twist, she works for the state's Department of Transportation. not making this up. We're breaking down the most shocking moments from her arrest. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
So she works for the Department of Transportation, which means that, in fact, she does know better. No matter what they try to say, she knows better than what she's doing. She can't even say, oh, I'm mentally ill or I'm crazy because, yeah, no. Not with that type of background, not with that type of job. I don't believe that she's ever going to have a license again for a very long time. And then it's like the tractor trailer part. Her and the 3 kids could have been done. The fact that she collided with a tractor trailer, excuse me, that should have been off on impact. But hey, I'm glad they survived. That's all I can say.
Back in October of 2024, police were dispatched to a car crash in Ewing Township, New Jersey. An SUV had reportedly made a wide turn and collided with the rear of a tractor trailer. And the most distressing part about this? One of the first officers on scene immediately notices several children standing on the sidewalk near the wreck.
Hello. Quick question, is anyone injured? Who was involved? Is anyone injured?
No, we're all okay.
Everyone's good?
Yeah.
This is next level stupidity. I can't even lie. I don't condone drinking and driving, but if you gonna drink,
Are you the driver?
they'll be behind out of
Are you the
the.
driver?
Yeah.
You injured or anything?
No,
That's
but
insane.
I'm gonna need a record for
Well, we
this.
know.
The
Just
entire...
give us a second, okay?
If you're gonna drink, stay up behind at home.
Who was the driver? You were?
Yeah.
All right, so what happened today?
Literally went to lacrosse, had some dinner, came back, and
Which way were you traveling?
we were traveling this way.
So you're going down this way? Okay.
No, we were going down this way.
No, we were going this way.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going the other way.
So you're going down this way?
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible you can get me your driver's license, insurance, and registration for the vehicle?
Absolutely.
That is 39-year-old Megan Fackler. She had her 3 daughters, all under the age of 10, with her, according to the New York Post. And she tells the officer that they were coming from the kids' lacrosse practice when the truck hit her. Thing about that is, after speaking with the driver of the tractor trailer, as well as a witness who happened to be walking by, it quickly becomes clear that Fackler may be the one at fault. When officers try to get details about exactly what happened from her, she can't seem to remember which way she was traveling.
So you were traveling this way, and what were you said you're gonna make a left?
Yes.
Where?
It's scary that people are willing to put their family at risk like this. Like, there's no thought process, positive thought process going behind this. You have 3 young children. Why in the world would you put their safety at risk in this kind of way? I don't care where she's coming from. She says she's coming from a lacrosse game. Whatever. Why are you drinking while you're on, like, you couldn't wait to get home to drink? That just makes more sense to me. Like, if you want to enjoy your time, do whatever you have to do, wait till you get home. Why do that while the children are in the car? And if you were really wanting that time to yourself that bad, why not either drop them off with your husband if you have one, or drop them off with the child's father, or if you don't have the child's father as an option, drop them off with a family member. Don't take them to lacrosse, have the family member take them to lacrosse. So many ways to avoid this situation outside of what happened.
We were literally just trying to get home. I can.
Right, but where were you trying to make a left onto? Here? This road right here?
Grand Avenue.
Well, we're on Grand Avenue.
And up 700 feet to Upper Ferry.
I think this is where the cops start to realize, like, she's faded a little bit.
Well, West Upper Ferry is down there. But you said you were traveling this way.
I literally was.
So you're traveling away from West Upper Ferry. West Upper Ferry's down that way.
I am new to the area. No, sorry, I don't want to.
No, you're fine. Let's just. I just need. Don't. If you push that, it's just gonna blow more smoke out.
Sorry, I don't want you to inhale that.
Where? Okay, so you're on Grand. Where were you trying to go? That way.
I applaud this man for his level of patience. I just have a feeling that if this was a dude, not so much patience, especially with the 3 children in the car, not so much patience from any party, but you know, neither here nor there. This looks like it's going to take a while.
Where you're traveling this way, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you said you made a left turn?
What? I'm sorry, I'm a little out of sorts right now.
Okay.
Yes, I was following directions to get to my brother's house on 22.
Alright, if you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime that I upload. Also, click all, that way you can be notified anytime that I upload. Join the Discord, the link is in the bio. I want to thank everybody who's made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. All that good stuff. All those things help me continue to put out this content. So I appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks. Have a good day.